As you can probably see some frogs here. Let's go. Okay, I think we're officially ready. All right, let's get this timer started. I have my handy dandy to-do list. Let's get started. First off, I have to pull up some evidence. No, I want to shout out to Leah as well as Sabrina. Thank you so much for joining my January Patreon. I hope you enjoyed the buff frogs because that was this month's theme. Last month's theme? Not this month? Last month's theme? But speaking of, this month's theme is actually... that's it. Froggy Fairy Garden. As you can probably see some frogs here. Frogs with wings, frogs with rainbows, frogs with flowers, and I've already kind of laid out the groundwork for about 3 stickers. I have another 3 up in the dome, and my husband is bringing me my breakfast burrito. That's it. And I'm hearing him get in the door now. Hey, thanks, Destin. All in a hard day's work. Announce the theme, done. Welcome new Patreons, done. Show final January. Oh, maybe I'll just show you the final stickers here. Super fun. Okay, update numbers. I don't think I've told you guys about this before, so let me go ahead and do this. You'll see me over here. I actually have 2 little sheets that I'm working off of. I was really aiming for a very high goal of $500 in the month of January. I'm actually gonna cross this off. I didn't reach it. I did get close to $100, which I know sounds a little womp womp, but it's actually pretty good. It's one of my best months I've ever had since opening Kojo. Yeah. Secondary YouTube numbers. We have 144 subs. I think that's pretty amazing. And so thank you everybody who's joined. Now the important stuff. Let's get to revenue. January is officially closed. That means I can finally track my Patreon numbers. Let me go grab that. 1 second. For January, we made $72.50 on Etsy, which was one of my best months ever. I've only had one other month that was that big. On Patreon, I made $56.42, okay? So it should be like $128.92. What do we say? That's like right here. Patreon and Etsy. In total, I made $128.92. That's from Etsy and that's from Patreon. I made the most amount of my money from Etsy. Now here's the kicker. My expenses. So, my expenses, I had $23.52 in expenses on Etsy. That's from paying everything from what I made off my sales to I did refresh some items. Lastly, to pay for Patreon stickers, that cost me $62.56. So in total, my expenses were $86.08. Not amazing. Our total take home would be $42.84. Will it feed the family? No. Will it encourage me to keep going? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get started on these frogs. I'm gonna color these in, and I have a tulip frog. We're gonna see how far I get in 36 minutes. I'm not an artist in the sense of I don't really understand shadows. I may not understand exactly how it's supposed to look, but that doesn't matter. As long as you can convey whatever message you're trying to be and the average person can know what that is, like the average person I think will know this is a tulip. Will they really be bothered if my shading is just slightly off or it doesn't feel right? No, I don't think so. this should be a slam dunk of a design. I mean, I've already had a spooky frog one like this, and now I'm just trying to replace this with a little flower because we're fairies. I'm already a little behind. I mean, it's already February, so if I'm ever behind, sometimes I try to remix my designs, save myself a little bit of time, give myself a little breathing room. The thing that always confused me when I was first starting out is designs like wouldn't look done to me, and I never really understood when people were like, oh, you'll find your own style. I do kind of have my own style. I have my own color palette that I usually try to stick to pretty steadily, and then once I get that color on here, like this tulip for example, you're like, how do you know you're almost done, Julia? Well, I color it in, and then I always just go a shade darker and I do all my shadows. Then my signature thing that I like to do is that I go in the opposite direction. I pull a more highlighted color and then I just do little accents. That's how I know that this is my design and that feels like mine. So I'll show you guys what it looks like on this tulip. Like I said, shading, I may not fully understand. Fine. I know he's a little frog giving me a flower, and that's all that matters. I have 8 minutes left. I'm gonna see if I can finish coloring these frogs. Okay, first off, ain't nobody gonna tell me that their arms were messed up. Thanks for joining me today. You can watch my first video, probably right here, or sign up for Patreon, or check my Etsy shop if any of my previous stickers ever interest you. Yeah, I guess this is it, guys. This is goodbye.